Hello everybody, this is Chris from DJ Journal Distribution. I'm here with Sam from Stemmer. Sam is a amazing CEO and owner of Stemmer. It's like a mastering company. They use AI to master your audios and for your music and music production and sell. How you doing, Sam?
Doing well. How are you, Chris?
Good, everything is good. So Sam, I'm just gonna ask you some few questions. Can you tell me a little bit, a story behind Stemmer and what inspired you to use AI mastering and build this company?
Sure. So it started out, I was an audio engineer. I was a producer too. I got into making beats. Found I could get paid to mix people's songs and record them in a studio. But that wasn't for me. There's a lot to deal with being a recording studio engineer. And I didn't see a path to succeed doing that. So I originally but I ran into this problem when I was working. So after I quit, I went to college to study mechanical engineering. But this problem was all my old clients kept asking for their stem files. So I originally started Stemmer to try and solve that problem with some sort of cloud file organizational tool. But I just kept pivoting. I got some funding from the University of Delaware to keep going. We won some competitions there. And eventually I tried making an automatic mixing system, not mastering, but mixing. It didn't work. I made this whole thing. It went viral on TikTok. I thought I was going to be a millionaire overnight. I was looking up Mercedes, BMWs. Next thing you know, it crashed and burned, dude. The tech totally failed. I was getting called a scammer. It turns out my terms of service, which I had copied and pasted without reading, were terrible. I got exposed for those, and it was a low point. But the mixing just didn't work. But I had all this web traffic, and then I was like, well, let me try mastering, because AI mastering has already been kind of proven out. There's already some open source code out there for it even. So I was like, you know what? I don't know if this is going to work, but let me just try and whip something up way easier than mixing. Threw it on my website and made some money. And I didn't think I'd be able to actually sell mastering. I thought there was too many competition. So because of that, I originally made this business a white label one, where I thought it'd be great if I could enable businesses who don't know how to code to sell AI mastering, make some extra money. And through that, some of them have been making so much money themselves that I've recently started to actually just sell the AI mastering market direct to artists.
Oh, wow. Well, when you always start a company, it's always difficult, it's always difficult. And you get cut off for anything. And any mistake you make, it just comes to you back in a really bad way.
Yeah.
So I assume you actually use lawyers or anything like that to create the terms and conditions properly.
I actually did. The Drexel University here in Philly, they have this program with their students, and they help out startups. And they actually wrote my terms of service and privacy policy for me for free.
Oh, wait, it's good. It's really good because a lot of users, a lot of people that use your system or anybody else that use any system, they sign out without reading the terms and conditions, and when they something happens, they just blame it on you for all everything that is happening, while there was the mistake about not reading the terms and conditions first.
Yeah, and on that note, I try to make my terms are pretty fair. We don't steal your song. We're not going to use anybody's songs to build generative AI. The only thing we actually won't even train on your song. Like, we won't use your song for anything unless you literally give us express permission. There's a button when you upload your song that says, we can use this song to improve our AI mastering. And by default, it's not checked. You don't even have to check it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I don't care. Like, I get a lot of artists are defensive. They think companies are out to get them, and maybe some companies do want to train a lot of AIs on your music, but I'm just trying to make a good mastering program.
I mean, it's good that you actually created a file about that, because I don't know if you know the AI music maker company called Suno, right? Suno actually going right now on a lawsuit with record labels just because they're actually using actual songs from artists to create a new version of the song that the person requests. So it's really good that you should clarifying this sort of stuff here, because it will actually tell people what is gonna happen when they upload it to your system. My question is, how do you actually train the AI itself? Because as far as I know, you need to have literally a study of audio into themselves. Do the AI literally, check the quality of the song, the style, or anything like that, or it just like use, like VSTs or anything previously from, other producers or anything like that?
Good question. Right now, it doesn't use any machine learning yet. How it works is we actually use this open source code called mastering that a gentleman, I think in Russia, named Sergey, he created this open source code. And what it does is we have a reference master. In our system, we have a lot of reference masters. When an artist uploads a song to Stemmer, we choose a reference master, and we look at the loudness of the reference master, the frequency response, aka EQ of it, and then the stereo whip. And the algorithm takes your input and attempts to make it have those characteristics be the same as the reference master.
Okay, this is cool. This is pretty clear, to be honest. This is pretty clear. The next question that I wanted to ask you, what are the unique features the Stemmer offer compared to traditional mastering service?
Good question. So, we actually have a unique feature that nobody else offers. And we integrate with Spotify's API. With Spotify, really. And how it works is when you upload a Stemmer, you can type in the name of any song or artist on Spotify. Now, we don't steal any songs off Spotify because it can appear like some people see that and they think, whoa, what's going on? Actually, Spotify's API just tells us without any AI, or maybe they have their own AI, but we're not doing any training. Spotify's API, when you type in the name of the song, Spotify tells us the genre of the song that you typed in. And if you typed in a song that has the main genre of rap, but Spotify gets pretty specific. It gets really specific down to the subgenre. It'll say like East Detroit hip hop, all these specific genres. But let's say you do rap. The song you type for is rap. We have our own list of our own reference masters that we own. And if you chose rap, then we're going to use this reference master. So what's unique is the ability for you to express yourself by searching for a song, and then we take the ethical data from that to master your song accordingly to who you want it to sound like.
Okay, this is pretty nice. This is really pretty nice because the API, especially with the Spotify API, can be used in a lot of ways. It can be used to search songs with ISRC code and other things like that, or searching analytics of the song, followers, pictures, etc. But in this case, you guys technically use the AI and the API to search the genre and I guess master the track based on the genre that you searched.
Yep, and based off the genres is how we choose which reference master to use.
Okay, this is pretty unique though. It's pretty cool. Because I've seen other companies that use AI mastering, right? Like BandLab or Blender or anything like that. I never see none of them use like a Spotify API or anything like that. They mostly use a reference of the genre they already upload. And they only have like few options like clarity or I think it's called warm and things like that to make sure that your track sounds with high frequency or low frequency or more warm, etc. And I have tried a lot of AI mastering tools, during the few years the AI is coming out. And I noticed that from Blender and Landbab and the other companies, Stemmer actually allows you to choose the genre and master the track based on the genre, and it sounds more like the genre than like an actual normal mastering, and then everything sounds the same. But with Blender, I mean not with Blender, with Stemmer, everything sounds like the genre, if you get what I mean.
Absolutely, I'm glad to hear it.
So I mean, now that I'm using your service, because the DJ Journey Distribution use the service of Steamer on a website, and even though that we haven't got some people using it or not, because we're still afraid new, I have used it myself as an artist that I release my music by myself too under this distribution. I can confirm that the quality of the track sounds way better than Blender or Lambert, to be honest. So
I'm glad to hear that.
so that's why I'm really interested on doing this interview to you and learn more about this AI mastering and how you've been developing this, because I've been trying myself to create AI mastering, right? But it's so difficult, especially with the open source one that is called AI Mastering API. It's so confusing. It's like it doesn't have a proper documentation or how to integrate it or anything. It's just all over the place. So by you guys, especially, Stammer has a really nice, affordable way to pay and master your tracks and stuff. So how much you actually got at the moment, the plans?
For white labelers or for just the artists?
Just for the artists.
We're testing different stuff out, dude. Like right now, the prices on my website are actually, it's a $20 for a single, $35 monthly for unlimited, or a $40 lifetime purchase. And everybody buys the lifetime purchase. But we might test it out. I might actually try raising that up lifetime purchase. But that's how I'm testing it. By the time this video is out, we might have new prices up there. I test a lot though to see what works the best.
Of course, like it's kind of understandable because I really think that for $35 lifetime, right? It's quite cheap, and having for lifetime is gonna be like amazing to have a tool that can create mastering for all your tracks lifetime for only $35. So it's good that you're actually testing it out, because I'm sure that if the tool works exactly like it's being promised, and it is working like it is promised, it doesn't matter what price it is. If it's like $100 lifetime, hell, I will pay for it. Right? I will pay for it because, it will help me on the music career. It will help me to have a better quality for Spotify on all the digital platforms. Plus, if I want to upload it to a radio, it will be the same. So I think you're doing an amazing job right here, man. You're doing a really good job with this AI thing, and AI is taking over in a lot of ways by duplicating voices of artists and everything, but you instead are doing something good and helping artists and emerging artists to create something with quality, because in reality there's a lot of record labels out there. They want a song, they find it catchy, but if it doesn't have the quality they're looking for, that's it. It doesn't matter if it's like a top hit. It needs to have the quality, because they don't want to spend any money on the start of the song when you just start up artist. They want to have everything already done so they can have a profit out of this song that is already mastered by you and everything, in order for them to invest on you more.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question that I have right here. So I know you talked about a few minutes ago about how it goes through and everything, but can you walk us through about how to use a stemmer for mastering tracks? How does that actually work? Does you upload it and you wait, I don't know, a day or 2 days like other companies, or it goes to go immediately? How does it work?
Oh, it's really quick. It takes a minute, maybe more. Depends how long your track is, and really that's the biggest factor. But you literally upload your song, you choose a reference master, and it's usually ready in a minute. It can be longer, can be a few minutes. If it's an hour long, then it'll take a long time. And that's it. That you get to hear a free preview of it. And if you like it, you can pay for to get the whole song.
Sweet. Are you okay if I show an example once, I upload this interview?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Perfect. I've got a question for you. Is any specific type of genre that is allowed to use, stemmer, or like any genre work with stemmer?
Any genre can work. Some genres are easier to master than others. If you make dubstep or big room house music, those genres get very particular and very technical, and it's harder to master those type of songs automatically. But it'll still work, and you'll be able to hear if it sounds good or not.
Okay, this is quite good. This is quite good. Let me just see what the question that I was on. The question that I wanted to ask is: do you believe that AI can complement human creativity rather than replacing it? If so, how?
Of course, AI might replace some human creativity, actually. And of course, it complements it in other ways. It depends how you're using AI. If you're mastering your song with AI, I don't think there's barely any replacement of the human creativity, because the real thing that's being created is the song and composing and producing the song, not mastering it. Mastering just only exists to serve the artist. While it is a creative expression of the engineer who does it, we sometimes forget as engineers who we're serving. And it's the artist. But there's other places where, honestly, some AI might be replacing creativity. But with that comes new channels of creativity. Just like our channel that you and I, when we produce songs in the DAW, that channel of creativity didn't exist. It replaced drum machines. It replaced drums and guitar. It's not that I play both of those, not drums, but guitars. Got one right there. So point is, I think a ton of creativity will be complemented by it. Some creativity will be replaced, but it will be replaced with new channels of creativity.
I mean, you're talking about replacement. I think that everything is already being replaced in a different ways. Like, back in the day, they used to use like synthetic sounds and everything. Now, anybody can be a producer with just FL Studio or anything like that, or GarageBand. From the computer, they can make any sound, and they don't even need to record an actual instrument. They can just download a VST and that's it. So it's kind of really different how everything is changing without people noticing. But I think that I noticed is that when AI is starting to be a thing, people are starting to question about if it can replace a human. But we already been replaced a long time ago with the VSTs and everything. So it's really interesting how people see AI as a threat sometimes. So instead of like looking at AI as a threat, I think we should look at it as a possibility to be a tool that can help us develop our music and creativity on a different level. Right?
Great. Yeah.
Have you received any feedback from musicians about how AI mastering impacted music or career?
Sometimes it's, hey, I love how this sounds. I have not gotten any feedback like on a career level yet, though.
Okay, that's good. Okay, let me ask another question. How do you envision the evolution of AI mastering over the next few years?
Ooh, I like that one. It can get interesting, but I think we're gonna see more AI mixing. And there already are a few. And you might be able to... I think AI mixing might get accomplished with generative models, so that we could instead of trying to mix a poorly recorded voice, I see a future where we actually clone your voice into your own voice, but it sounds like it was recorded on a nice mic in a studio, and then you mix it from there.
Oh wow! Okay,
I think that's the future.
That sounds pretty good. This is pretty good. You know, there's literally a company called Kit AI that allows you to upload your own voice. And let's say if another artist sing for you and you don't sing that well, you can upload their voice to the AI and the AI will replace your voice with the other artist's voice. So it was like, it helps a lot when it comes to making music, or if if you hire a ghost writer or ghost producer or a ghost singer in order to create something like that. You know, one question that I wanted to ask you, and I don't know the side of your business or what are you planning to, but is there any incoming features or investments in standard that you particular excited about?
Yeah, two. And I don't know when we're going to have them, but number one is just improving our actual mastering model and algorithm, make it sound better objectively. And then the other is at some point we'll make it so we actually create multiple masters of your song, each with different characteristics, like different bass, one with more bass, one with less bass, one that's louder, some that are quieter, and we'll present them all in one interface so you can toggle in between to see if you didn't like our default master, maybe you like some of these other versions.
Okay. Honestly, your answers on point, my man. Everything you say you like is perfect, and it's a lot of clarity that you're giving me, and you will will be getting to the audience and stuff to understand what a stemmer really is and how it works. So I got 3 more questions before we finish the session. So one of the questions will be, what is the common misconception about AI mastering that you would like to clarify?
Ooh, good one, man. Let's see, what's a common misconception? Well, there's the ones that people voice in our comments. I don't know if so people comment, this is gonna steal my song, or this is the downfall of the negativity. I think is misconceived. Of course, I think a common one is that it's gonna steal your song. I don't know about other people's companies, but Stemmer will not use your song without your permission. Of course, that's a common misconception. One other one I would say is that it's replacing human creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Here's the one I want to mention. Dude, it's that this is taking jobs from mastering engineers.
That's true.
Most people who are using AI mastering to master their songs never would have been paying a human just to master their song. I've been around so many artists in my life. I've worked with hundreds. I have never met one who just uses a third-party mastering engineer. People might get mixing and mastering and combine it. I know there are people who are out there, especially in the world of like live bands, but I never met anybody who just does who just hires somebody only to master. So the point is, these people weren't going to a mastering engineer. That being said, it's possible we're growing the market for mastering engineers because they build their career off Stemmer. They use the AI mastering, but maybe they get a point where they really want more. Well, it's possible that we're aiding in the transformation of them from being a person who never would have ever paid a human mastering engineer to a career artist who actually might pay for a human mastering engineer. Mm. So a common misconception, I believe, is that AI mastering is taking jobs from audio engineers. When I actually think it's more likely that we are growing the market for them.
That sounds legitimate. This sounds really, really interesting because you're talking about that. There's record labels right now, like major record labels, they are scared of this type of tools. They're so afraid of this type of tools, of lyrics generated by AI, music generated by AI, and especially mastering generated by AI. Because, 99% of these tools, by engineer producers and everything, the record labels get a profit from it. And by AI doing it automatically, the only thing they're gonna get is streams and sales of merch and other stuff, but that is it. So right now it's a big battle with record labels, especially with like Sony Music and everything, that actually putting a lot of money into this law to actually not allow artists or any music to be generated with AI. So I'll give you an example, like the New Zealand law that I have right now. With my music distribution, I'm not allowed to let artists to upload songs with AI or anything with AI.
Wow.
So I'm not allowed to distribute the type of songs. If I do that, I'll get in a message trouble with the New Zealand government. So
and where there's a misconception, those are probably AI generated. Mastering, no, they won't. Nobody cares.
Yeah. So in the moment, I'm trying to fix the terms and conditions from the area, because this happens like 2 days ago when I got the notification about it, and I'm like just freaking out. I was like, hey, I got artists that use AI for other things, not just for like generating lyrics or anything, but I'm trying to find a way to actually solve this properly, so everybody can be happy and distribute the music properly.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. So let me ask you 2 more questions. How can listeners learn more about Stammer and get started with AI mastering?
You can go to stemmer.io.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to learn more about it in my story, you can click on the About page. There's a video of me talking there. But you can just go to our website. I post a lot on Instagram. You could follow us at stemmer.io. But if you want to support DJ ADRONX, you white label Stemmer. So we have a version of Stemmer in your website. So you could also use it on DJ ADRONX distribution.
Yep, that's right. We started to use the white label part and get artists to sign up, but right now I'm having a lot of fussy artists with the AI part. So I'm trying to, get them to understand what is AI mastering, because I noticed that, with Lender and Landbad, they have the mastering and everything, but if you see the feedbacks, a lot of the people just bombing and saying, hey, they're stealing my music, they're using my music to learn this and learn that. I mean, that's why the terms and conditions are placed in the first place. They are there to you to understand what are you using the tool for and how does it work. So anybody that's watching this video, I recommend you to check the privacy and the policies and everything on any distribution or any AI company or anything, because that's very important. Like, I'll give you an example, ToolCore. If you have a mistake, bots play on your song, you don't get paid for nothing, and they take the royalties that you already earned. So that's the thing. Like, your TuneCore, like, if you have bots in your play, in your music, if you have, let's say, $1,000 already generated on your account from other music, TuneCore will take the money and ban you and terminate your account. So it's like, it's ridiculous in a lot of ways, but we don't want to expose anybody here. So, one of the last question, man. Do you have any final thoughts or highlights or the technology shaping the future of the music?
Technology shaping the future of music. Yeah, I do. Nothing is changing. Nothing will ever change overnight. No jobs will go away overnight. Even if things are a threat to certain other things, nothing happens overnight. We already have AIs that can make a song better than almost any artist. It already exists. But guess what? We still have people making music, and we always will. The microwave. I wonder if the oven making companies were worried that microwaves were going to take their business. Well, here in America, many people own both a microwave and a regular oven. So it's a transition, and there's different uses for different things. But I just want to say, a lot of the technology is scary when we see it come out, but nothing changes overnight. And all the tech that you're afraid of, it's probably already out there. But guess what? We're all still here.
This is 100% correct, man. Because like in New Zealand a few years ago, when 5G happened, everybody was like going crazy about producing cancer and everything, and doing protests in New Zealand because they're gonna put antennas of 5G. And it was like, if you didn't know, like 3G is already bad. So I don't get it. What's the difference with the 4G and the 5G? Everything is the same. And with AI, everything can be made with AI. Tesla has AI. A lot of things are AI. Who God knows? Will a microwave will have AI, or a toaster in the future will have an AI make you turn the bird temperature.
And I'm sure it exists. I hate to say it. We're the smart fridge.
Smart fridge. I mean, I think the smart fridge is.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah, they even have Flappy Bird on the screen. It's like,
oh my god.
So hey Sam, that was the final question for the day, man. And do you want to say anything before we finish or anything like that? It would be good if you can promote your websites and social media. I don't mind, man. Just go for it.
Cool. I mean, yeah, feel free to check out stemmer.io. That's us on the web. That's all of our Instagrams and stuff. But, yeah, feel free to try it out, everybody. There's really no risk. Sometimes it's a little buggy, but just fair warning. Sometimes you run into bugs, but that happens with every software. But yeah, I just like to have fun with this, really. And thank you, Chris, for having me on and talking.
That's all good, man. Hey, I'm gonna leave all your social media links and everything in the description for people to come and check it out. And I hope you actually, make really good plans with the lifetime. Like, I'm sure people will be very interested about this lifetime. I will show you guys some videos about how to use the stemmer and how to master the tool, use the stemmer itself, and how to master the music with the tool and everything. But I have used the stemmer by myself, and I think it's a pretty good tool that can help. And I have few songs out there that I have released that I haven't come out yet that have used the stemmer. So I think it's a really good tool and an investment into helping emerging artists. And because we don't have the budget, some people don't have the budget. In New Zealand, it's a ridiculous amount of money to master. Like, if you want to master, they charge you around $800 per minute, and they take 8 hours to master. And I think that is a lot of lies, because you shouldn't take 8 hours to master a song. It's not like you freaking, you mastering a whole orchestra or something, like a whole band. But it's ridiculous how the New Zealand music industry is bad. And I would like to actually, kind of expose and show more about the New Zealand industry, because there's a lot of talent in New Zealand, right? And there's a lot of musicians in New Zealand. They want to be a musician, they want to be out there, they want to release the music, but they don't have the sources because nobody helps here. Radio stations don't allow you to send music. Record labels, like especially Sony Music New Zealand, only have like 5 artists signed in the whole New Zealand, and that's it. And they're very picky, really. So it's better for companies like this, like you and I, that we will be able to help these artists to progress and build a community with them, for them to restart it, to build a career and stuff.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So I'll let you go, Sam. It was like a really nice interview. You clarify a lot of things that I was concerned about, and these questions that I asked you was by feedbacks of the users that I have on my distribution. So you clarify a lot of things for them and clarify a lot of things for my business and myself. So it's great that I can understand better about you and how you work with your own business. Stemmer has a bright future, and I can see it's gonna go better, and it's gonna get better, because it's already better. It's just it needs a little boost with more audience and stuff. And the way you promote in your social media, is very interesting, and it is like very interactive with the users. Like every time I go scroll down on my Instagram, I see a video you, if for some reason my brain just like pause it and then just start watching it. So it's a really good technique that you're using in your videos, how to put the microphone to the artist and hey, you want a free session and mastering. It's really unique, man. I really like your work. Well done on that part.
Thank you. I had fun with that.
That's good, man. So I'll let you go and I'll see you next time, man.
Sounds good. Thanks again, Chris.
All good,
Hoy
man.
la noche es nuestra, déjate llevar. En este reggaetón solo tú y yo sin parar.